Hey, truth seekers, welcome back. Zach here. It's January 30th, 2017. Today's Google Doodle pays tribute to Fred Korematsu. He would have turned 98 today. He passed away in 2005 on March 30th at the age of 86. This man in history is remembered for fighting the legality of Japanese internment camps in the United States of America during the time of World War II, taking his case to the Supreme Court. In case you weren't aware, after Pearl Harbor, the U.S. government, the federal government, took Japanese Americans as prisoners of war and put them in internment camps, just like how Nazis in the territories they conquered put the Jewish citizens in internment camps. So here in the United States, it was this man, Fred Korematsu, who fought the legality of that. Today, what would have been his 98th birthday, he gets the Google Doodle tribute. And this is the first Google Doodle tribute for this man. Do you think it's a coincidence that it comes just days after Donald Trump, on Holocaust Remembrance Day, signed the banning of immigration from 7 Islamic nations? A legal policy targeting a religion, much like what the Nazis did in Nazi Germany, targeting a religious sect. Think about it. Donald Trump, on the anniversary of Holocaust Remembrance Day, signs this signature executive action. Unprecedented. And having major parallels to what happened in the U.S. after Pearl Harbor, World War II. Think about World War II, how it ended in 1945, emphasis on 45, Donald Trump, the 45th president. We're going to be talking about the Hiroshima bombing of August 6th, 1945, 8/6. Japan, here's a Japanese American fighting internment camps, dead at 86. We're going to talk about it all, plus this headline from today that just popped up. Nazi propaganda chief Goebbels' secretary dies at 106, the number of prophecy and destruction. Talk about that at the end of this video. But let's start right here with the Google Doodle tribute and this man, Fred Korematsu. Why 86? Notice he was born January 30th, 1919 in Oakland, California. If you're new to my channel, talk about the significance of the city of Oakland. The number 58 behind the gematria of Oakland. We'll be talking about the language of gematria, the practice of coding numbers into words. 58, very special number for the United States. Oakland 58, United States 58, Freemasonry 58, Secret Society 58, the Black Panther Party, born out of there. Huey P. Newton, the establisher of the Black Panther Party, a Masonic-controlled opposition. Huey P. Newton equals 58. In Super Bowl 50, hosted just outside of Oakland, Cam Newton, his blood relative, became the 58th quarterback to start in a Super Bowl, who wears the Black Panther on the side of his helmet. But anyhow, Oakland, California, Masonic hotbed. Notice this. This man's name in gematria, Fred Korematsu, both names with 33 gematria. Korematsu's 33, so is 33. And the two most relevant forms of this letters into numbers language you can know. Down in the description, my How to Gematria video, also the Gematrinator calculator where you can make these calculations very quickly. The day Fred died at age 86 was a date with 58 numerology, Oakland, Freemasonry, Secret Society, what we just talked about. It was also a date with 38 numerology, the word death, gematria of 38. The word killing, 38. He died in Marin County, which is on the 38th parallel, and the 122nd meridian. Oakland also on the 122nd. Number of the Freemasons. So anyhow, number 38. Always found around suspicious deaths, ritual sacrifice. Here's a symbolic figure, dead at 86. And in just a moment, we'll talk about how 86 connects to symbol. The day he died, March 30th, 3/30, 33. He died in Marin County. Those MC initials pop out because in Jewish gematria, that also represents 33. When I wrote this post this morning, it was before this headline even emerged. If you're new to my channel, I'm talking about 106 all the time. The people who govern over us, who are treating the world like they're a bunch of morons, who control government, who control media, who control banking, who control, the information that has filled the minds of the masses, almost all of us. This gang, they are Freemasons, they are Zionist Jews, they are Jesuits. And all three of those things are essentially one and the same. We are in the Jewish year right now, 5,777. 5777. That's a lot further along than our Gregorian calendar that we're on. Oh, by the way, Gregorian equals 58, so does calendar. Freemasonry building the world around us. We're on the Gregorian calendar system. The Jewish calendar, it's the year 5,777. And I just say that to remind you how long they've been around for. This gematria is mostly a Jewish practice. And when you start to look at the way this world operates and you see how it's all based on money and you see who controls the money, it's not hard to figure out what's going on. I saw long ago who was up to no good in this world way before I knew about gematria. Then when I found out that gematria was a Jewish practice, I said, okay, let me test this out and see if there's anything here. Well, lo and behold, I pretty much cracked the code. Hidden right within our English language, which is no doubt a Masonic creation, and it's why it's the language of the New World Order. The New World Order is an old world order. Again, it is a Masonic, Zionist, Jesuit world order. And this is how they operate. By the numbers, coding their numbers all throughout history. This man who died by the numbers connected to World War II and its history died in a place with gematria of 106. I put out this blog post earlier today. Now, hours later, the latest news with another 106, a number that we're tracking all the time here. But understand, 106, number of prophecy and destruction. In Revelation, the final book of the Bible, it says the false Jews will rule in the end times, and their name is the synagogue of Satan. Book of prophecy and destruction, the word prophecy is 106, the word destroy is 106. And if you don't know the history of the world wars, it was Sir Lord Rothschild, the Zionist Jewish banker tyrant, the head of that massive Zionist banking family, who wrote the Balfour Declaration that said if the U.S. joined World War I on behalf of the U.K. and its Zionist allies, they would create the Zionist state of Israel, the false Jewish state. Which is exactly what went on to happen. They needed a second world war. That's why in the U.S. they don't teach anybody about World War I. They just say somebody got assassinated, a world war happened, and then Hitler came. That's pretty much the way every U.S. history book is. Just skips the whole thing. If you've never read my draft chapter about wars by the numbers, there's a whole lot of 106 coded over the major dates in major war history, going all the way back to the Civil War. Again, the New World Order is an old world order. It established this nation. This nation's always been run by the same numbers we're talking about in this video. So this man who died at 86, to get back on point, Fred Korematsu. Again, Hiroshima was bombed August 6th, 1945, 8/6. And that was a date with 33 numerology. We're going to talk about how the term 86'd, which means to get rid of, came on a date, or was established in the year 33. That term 86 was coined in 33, which we'll get to. Before that, I just want you to notice that he died 59 days after his birthday, his 86th birthday. 59, number that corresponds with killing, also a number that corresponds with the name Fred. This is Fred Korematsu, dead 59 days after his 86th birthday. And 59 is also the 17th prime number. Here we are at the beginning of 2017 with all these tributes happening. So check this out. Where does the term 86'd come from? Let me just read this to you. It was restaurant lingo. Regardless of whether it was the first to coin the phrase, the restaurant business in the 1930s was one of the main incubators for its usage and development. Believed to be slang for the word nix, it was initially used as a way of saying that the kitchen was out of something, as revealed in Walter Winchell's 1933 newspaper column that featured a glossary of soda fountain lingo used in restaurants during that time. According to Snopes, it later evolved into a code that restaurants and bars used when they wanted to cut someone off because they were either rude, broke, or drunk, as in 86'd that chump at the end of the bar. Prohibition era raids. This possible origin stems from the Prohibition era. Do you guys know that Prohibition ended in 33? If you write out 33 as a word, it sums to 66. Like alcohol. Alcohol 66. I'll do a video on Prohibition. There's a lot to it, actually. Could be a quick video. But anyway, the possible origin stems from the Prohibition era at a bar called Chumley's, located at 86 Bedford Street in New York City. To survive, many spokeasies had the police on somewhat of a payroll so that they might be warned of a raid. In the case of Chumley's, it is said that the police would call and tell the bartender to 86's customers, which meant that 1, a raid was about to happen, and 2, that they should all exit via the 86 Bedford door while the police would approach at the entrance of Pamela Court. Remember, the word police is 33 too, just like masonry, just like secrecy. Walter Winchell, right here, Walter Winchell's 1933 newspaper column, Walter Winchell equals 66, just like when you write out 33. Chumley, the name of the restaurant mentioned, 33. This is from the year 1933. And again, Hiroshima. You know, the major bombing to end the war as told in the history books, 33. It was the 33rd President Truman who ordered it, and they just tested the bomb for the first time on the 33rd parallel in New Mexico. Whole lot of 33 with the dropping of the bombs. Also, it talks about it being soda fountain lingo. I just noticed that soda pop, that's what it says. The soda fountain lingo. Glossary of soda fountain lingo. I just noticed that soda pop is 86. How about that? and I think pop is one of these, things that tempts us, that's always been given to us to poison us slowly over time. A lot of sugar and chemicals that wear down our bodies aren't good for us. Also, just to stay relevant, the other day, for 2 days straight, CNN kept this up on their front page. We don't want them here. What Donald Trump said as he was signing the Muslim ban, as they're calling it. We don't want them here. 86. 86'd. It also had gematria of 221. Talk about 221. But look, 86. Pyramid, triangle, symbol, republic, citizen. Think about it. I call 86 the symbol number. This man, dead at 86. Remembered for fighting against Japanese internment camps. The war ends with the bombing of Japan at Hiroshima. That man died in 106 land. Then we get this headline today. This woman dead at 106. The number 221 is the number of the Bavarian Illuminati, established May 1st, 1776, just before the American Revolution. Donald Trump, from his birthday to Inauguration Day, 221 days. He was married to his wife, Ivanka Trump, on January 22nd, 22/1. Remember, he gave his victory speech about how he was going to win the presidency on Ivanka's birthday in 2016. April 26, 2016. He guaranteed he'd beat Hillary and build the wall. He wants to ban people. He wants to build walls. Elected as the 45th president on the anniversary of the fall of the Berlin Wall, a symbol from World War II. Berlin Wall equals 45. It was built in 61, but it was all part of the Cold War and the aftermath of the World Wars. Berlin Wall 45. Donald Trump, the 45th president. World War II ended in 45. Now these headlines today. They're saying this woman, the secretary of Joseph Goebbels, has died at 106, and the article says she died on Holocaust Remembrance Day. The former secretary of Nazi Germany's propaganda boss, Joseph Goebbels, died at age 106 last week on International Holocaust Remembrance Day. Same day Trump signed the ban. So 106, that's a long time to live to. Prophecy 106, destroy 106. The World Wars. They were foretold by Albert Pike, the Freemason Confederate war general, in a letter. He told of 3 world wars. The first 2 he predicted correctly. He said the third world war would be between Christianity and Islam. What's very interesting is that from the time the letters were written to the first start of the World War was 43 years. Civil War equals 43. Albert Pike, a Civil War general, a war that was blamed on Lincoln, who was born on the 43rd day of the year. The Civil War began in Charleston. Charleston equals 43. Today's date, the date of this news of her death, 3 days after, date was 68 numerology. Munich has gematria of 68. If you read the article, it's centered on Munich. Munich remembered in the 72 Olympics for the Black September attack against the Israeli national team. The false Jewish state. Donald John Trump also has gematria of 68. This news headline, coming in the time of all this. Holocaust Remembrance Day, Donald Trump, Muslim ban, Google Doodle putting up this, another World War II reminder. This woman's name, Brunhilde Pomsel. Notice her name in gematria sums to 74. Very special number to the Freemasons. Occult 74, Jewish 74, Masonic 74, killing, cross, Jesus, Muhammad, Messiah, gospel. Number we find again and again in this Masonic Zionist propaganda. And here's the secretary of a propaganda specialist. Let's not forget that English is 74, gematria is 74, alphabetic order, so many other things. Very special number here. The man, Hitler's supposed propaganda specialist, Joseph Goebbels, also has that gematria of 59, the 17th prime. And here's another story, connecting to these numbers to start 2017. When this year began, I said, watch for a lot of 59-centered stories this year because 59 is the 17th prime, and here we are in 2017. They also bring up this quote she told AFP in an interview last year that she had once cheered on Hitler in 1933, adding that we didn't know then what lay ahead. So remember the significance of 33, Masonry 33, secrecy 33, Zyklon B's 33, what supposedly gassed all of the Jews in internment camps. In truth, this is completely false because if you look up how Zyklon B works, it's a chemical that needs to be heated. And if you look at the testimony of how supposedly Nazi soldiers killed Jews with Zyklon B, it says they just threw in pellets into cold rooms and killed them, which is impossible. It's not even possible. Zyklon B has to be heated to a high temperature to release the gas to kill people. The testimony from the Nuremberg trials shows that it's not even possible. And that's just it. We've been lied to. We've been lied to so many times throughout history, and we just keep swallowing the lies and taking it. The lies have gone on way past World War II. Look at what we just did here in the U.S. after 9/11. All these lies got us into these wars that don't even make any sense. Same thing all the time. Just keep making up a new lie, start a war. Make up a lie, start a war. Make up a lie, divide people. Make up a lie, make people hate each other. These lies don't even check out. I'm noticing when I wrote Zyklon B, I put the K and Y backwards. The spelling's wrong. It should be ZYK. But it doesn't matter. It's the same letters. It'll still sum to 33. Masonry, secrecy, Zyklon B, Holocaust, Berlin. Notice Nazis has gematria of 33. They came to power in Berlin in 33. They replaced the Weimar Party 33. This is how Masonry's dominated the world. Treating the world as a stage, creating theater, duping people with propaganda. I have no idea if this woman really lived to be 106. I have no idea if this woman even really exists. This could just be a mocking of us. Notice they got the word life behind her. You know, a lot of people would love to live 106 years. Subliminals. A German life. We could test out the Gematrinator calculator to close out. I'll link this down below. This tool, the way it's been set up, it gives you 6 default forms of gematria. I was going to write out gematria. What did it say? What was the name of that movie? I just want to see what it... A German Life. A German Life. A German Life. 55. Like Satan. Like Hiroshima. Hiroshima. Interesting number 55. Fibonacci number. It's the 10th Fibonacci number. You know something cool about 10? If you count the numbers 1 through 10 and add them together, they sum to 55. And in numerology, 55 is 5 plus 5 equals 10. The Fibonacci sequence, which goes 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 13. Are you seeing what I'm doing? I'm adding the number that comes before. So it was 8, 13. The next number is 21. 13 plus 21, 34. 21 plus 34, 55. 34 plus 55, 89. 55 plus 89, 144. 89 plus 144, 233. Anyway, the 10th number in that sequence is 55. The 12th number in the Fibonacci sequence is 144, and the square root of 144 is 12, which is interesting as well. But anyway, 55, interesting number. A German life. I thought maybe there might be a subliminal back there with it. But yeah, you know, that's just the way it is. When you're aware of these numbers, you see why we get these headlines. There's a reason we're hearing about this woman died at 106. Same day we're getting the Google Doodle of this man who died in 106 land, Marin County, California. This man also got his Presidential Medal of Freedom at age 98. Today would be his 98th birthday. And I almost forgot to make that point, Truth Seeker. So there it is, you know. Something important to know, Google. It launched in 2000, early 2001, just before September 11th and the passing of the Patriot Act, where all of the new laws were put in place for data collection, holding people's information. Google is your government. Google is your government. It's become the buzz search engine because the government's in the data collecting age. There's a lot of reasons they collect information. They want to know the best ways to scare us, what's most effective, and a whole lot more things. What to sell us, how to keep us in line. All right, truth seekers, until next time.